In 1 Nephi chapter 19, verse 10, it says, "And the God of our fathers, who were led out of Egypt, out of bondage, and also were preserved in the wilderness by him, yea, the God of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob, yieldeth himself, according to the words of the angel, as a man, to be lifted up of wicked men, to be into the hands of wicked men, to be lifted up according to the words of Zenock, and to be crucified according to the words of Neum, and to be buried in a sepulchre according to the words of Zenos, which he spake concerning the 3 days of darkness, which should be a sign given of his death unto those who should inhabit the isles of the sea, more especially given unto those who are of the house of Israel." So Zenock and Neum and Zenos are prophets that aren't in the Bible, but appear to have been on the brass plates. So they're prophets that didn't survive edits that people made to the Bible. And interestingly, I have a grandfather named Zenos, named after Zenos, and they seem to have prophesied largely about the death of Christ, the death of God, which I imagine would have been fairly controversial to the ancient Israelites and to a non-Christian audience, the idea of God being lifted up and crucified and buried in a sepulcher. That doesn't jive very well with most people's conception of God. Anyways, but I think it's interesting. I could see why they would have been removed by someone if you had some sort of theological council looking at the scriptures at a pre-Christian time. I could see why they would say, hey, this guy's prophesying that God dies. That makes no sense, you know, and yeah, you could see why they would have been removed. But we have some of their prophecies. They appear a couple of other times. Zenos at least appears a couple other times in the Book of Mormon. And yeah, so they're there.